Fantastic. In Cornwall, got me Aussie boys and girls down from the restaurant who I work with, who are really good guys. But they've never been out of London since they got here, so I wanted to show them a bit of, like, you know, English seaside at its best. Yeah, so one of the main reasons I'm here is to see my old mate, Danny B, who's a cracking geezer. He works over there in the restaurant right on the beach. Basically, looking forward to a great weekend of barbies, good surf. Couldn't really want any more, could I, really? I had a fantastic day yesterday. It was brilliant. It's so nice to be near the sea, do you know what I mean? I've got a bit of a good day today because I'm going surfing. That's basically the deal, yeah. I mean, I've brought my chefs down here because they're all Aussies, they can surf. And I made a right fool of myself last time I was in Australia and I went surfing. So they teach me how to surf and I'll take them down for the weekend to Cornwall. I've got this really great sort of yoghurty breakfast thing, which is really simple, really nice. I've got some Greek yoghurt. You can pretty much use any yoghurt you want, really. I'm just whopping it in this bag. It's just any old bag. You could use a plastic bag, you could use a sandwich bag. And it's a really good little tip, actually, for sort of when you need a piping bag. Because I'm a chef and I never keep a piping bag at home with all the nozzles and stuff. It's a waste of time, you know. So what you do is you just squeeze it all into the corner, get a knife and just nick it. And then you just squeeze it out like that. And it just comes out sort of quite funky. And it looks like
Like Mr. Whippy?
Yeah, like Mr. Whippy. What happened to Mr. Whippy? I love Mr. Whippy. I used to go and have a like, 69 and it's fantastic. Oh, you're the old flake on the top. It's great.
99, I think.
Yeah. Is it 99? Yeah.
Wow.
Right. You can just spoon it in, but what with free chefs here, you know, I don't want to just like cough up any old rubbish, do you know what I mean? I want to like keep up the end, especially as I'm their boss. You know, you could do this for dessert. Brilliant. It's a really good dessert, but I think it's a better breakfast, really. Got some nice blueberry jam. Use any jam you like, and you want about a tablespoon of this, and put a blob in it like that. Tell you what's really nice, any fresh fruit or soft fruit with nice dollop of like honey in it, yeah? Nice lavender honey or something like that. And if you wanted to, you could like have a handful of like muesli type stuff, or some nuts. The yoghurt's kind of sour, and the jam's kind of sweet. The last thing I put on it is some elderflower cordial. Just put a tablespoon over, and that just seems to make it beautiful. That's it. Just a little bit of mint, not just for looks, but actually it tastes really fresh. But look at that, it's beautiful. So basically, get a nice little teaspoon, and make sure it goes right down to the bottom and bring it to the top, so then you get a bit of the jam, a bit of the yoghurt, a bit of the cordial. Beautiful, just gets your old taste buds going. So, what should I put it on? Whack it in the fridge for later. Done, 1 minute, easy peasy. Thing is, right, is we're not going to eat again until tonight. So I'm going to make a really gutsy bread that's going to kind of keep us going for the whole day. What with all the surfing and stuff. A kilo of flour in there, and then you want like, if you just like cup your hand, just a little handful, roughly, of sugar. I've got some yeast, got some salt, and you want exactly the same amount of salt as the sugar. About a handful again. Then I've got this yeast, dried yeast, yeah, and they're always the same size. So you just want 3 sachets. So just shake that out.
You're very confident with your quantities.
Well, you know, bread's a bit like that. It's a touchy-feely thing. As long as you get the 3 sachets of yeast and the kilo of flour and the pint of water right, you know, a little handful of sugar and salt. That's all you need. Got a pint glass, plenty of those about at the moment. Got some tepid water, need a pint of that. And then that's it, done. Get something to stir it, use a fork. And just churn it all around. After about 30 seconds of moving it around, it all kind of comes together, sort of like Play-Doh. Now I can get my hands in and really do some proper work. But it's not sticky, see, so it won't stick to the table and cause me a nightmare. You can just like bring it all together like this. And look at that, you got bread. Now this is the easy bit, because anyone can do this, even if you're a village idiot. And you can just knead it together, give it a right good bashing. Ugh. How good is that? Nice and smooth. Beautiful. Cut it in half. And I'm going to put one bit to the side just for a minute while I do some clever stuff with this. Now, I need a little bit of extra flour. I'm going to use the flour just to dust the table and a little bit on top. And then I need, yes, rolling pin. Just roll out your bread about 7 or 8 inches deep and then make it nice and sort of long, about that long, yeah? What you could do is let the bread rest a little bit just to relax, and it'd be a bit easier to roll out, but I can't be bothered to because I need to get out because I'm going to go and do some shopping. Beautiful. You can pull it around a bit as well. Look at that. You can just sort of shape it off. Any rips, not a problem. And this is where it gets a bit clever. I've got some Parma ham, because this is like a reinvention of the fry-up, you know? I'm just going to put slices of it across it like that, all crinkled up. Beautiful, look at that. So that's basically our bacon equivalent. And then I've got some boiled eggs. 8 minutes, same old story. If you just get them in your hand, take it down on the table and roll it like that. And then you can literally go like that. Easy peasy, none of that mucking about. So I can do that. There we go. I mean, when I first moved to London, I had a job in a hotel. And after a million orders of blooming tuna Niçoise, you learn how to peel eggs pretty quick, do you know what I mean? So listen, you line up your eggs like this, all right, 6 eggs. I've got some mozzarella and some Parmesan. Just gonna slice this up into sort of like 6 or 7 bits. I mean, the reason I like mozzarella and Parmesan is because Parmesan's got like genius taste. It's quite a, you know, nice cheesy taste. But mozzarella's a really nice melting. It kind of goes nice and stringy. There you go. Got a grater, so I'm just going to grate over a nice bit of Parmesan, like a couple of handfuls. I need some basil. I'm just going to rip the stalk off. And then I'm just going to rip the basil. I mean, basil, cheese, Parma ham, I mean, like, you know, forgive me, but it's like one of the best things in the world. Got some sun-dried tomatoes. But you could use just squashed cherry tomatoes if you want.
It's like a sandwich, ready-made.
It's like a ready-made sandwich, yeah, but it's baked in there. And there you go, easy peasy. Now, this is the funny bit, right? You get the end of it, and you just fold it over like that. Dead simple, yeah? Right, and then you just carry on rolling it. And imagine that, when it's going to cook, it's all going to melt and go gooey and stuff like that. So you do that, and when you've rolled it up, right, it looks like a big loaf, yeah? Then you want to bring it round into a circle, and then I'll open up this end, and I'll stuff this end in it. And it's really easy. And then you can kind of pinch it here, yeah? But it looks like a pretty good circle. Got a nice little tray. I'll put a bit of flour on a tray. Lovely, look at that. And just get a little bit of olive oil, and just put it on the top and just rub it in, and that'll go nice and crisp and golden. Got some rosemary, and just rip it off. Look at that. That'll be really nice. And that's your savoury one. So I'm gonna put that to one side for a sec. And then this one, what I'll do is just flatten it out, and then a bit of flour, and I'm gonna roll it out exactly the same, but a little longer and not quite as thick. So then what I'm going to do, this is a little tacky, but you've got to forgive me because it's cool. I've got some chocolate spread. You can't beat this. Take the old bit off. Literally, I'm going to use nearly all of the tub. How good is that? And just smear it. Beauty.
Fantastic.
I'm in heaven. So just spread it over 3/4 of the dough, yeah, up to about there. I've got some bananas over here. You just need a couple, yeah? Take one bit of skin off, and I'll just chop it like this. Just turn it out. Beauty.
Wow. You could use other fillings, presumably.
Yeah, do what you like. Again, I mean, any jams, any stuff like that is really, really nice. Oh, I tell you, I forgot one thing. I've got some toasted hazelnuts. Just sprinkle it over the top. And then you just fold it up like this, like a Swiss roll type thing. Pinch it, pinch it, pinch it, fold it, fold it, fold it. And when you've done that, just do like a snail. Like that. And you've just got a bit of chocolate seeping out of it. Just tuck it underneath. And then we just put that on this tray. Like that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. You can put a little bit of olive oil over this if you like, or a bit of milk, and you just rub it in. And again, that'll just give you a nice little crust. And then just to finish it off, I'll put some nuts over it again. And that's it, basically. I could let it rest. I should let it rest for about 15 minutes, but, you know, it's a folded bread, so I don't really need it. It can prove in the oven. So I'm just going to pop it in, middle of the oven, about 200, for about 35 minutes, 40 minutes, until it's really golden and crisp. And that's it. I'm going to go and do a bit of shopping now, get my bits and pieces for tonight, which would be sweet. Jeff?
Yeah.
Can you get the bread out the oven? It's in, half an hour-ish.
No worries.
Cheers, bro. Yeah, so Jeff's going to get it out, and I'm going to go and get my bits and pieces, so that should be cool. Superb that they've even cleaned up, my God. And they haven't burnt the bread. Well done, Jeffro. Lovely. Let's have some brekkie.
Swell's gonna pick up. It'll be 4 foot by about 6 o'clock.
Tony's dreaming.
Oh,
Here you go, sweet bro.
Nice.
Get a bit of yoghurt first, guys.
Excellent. Oh, too much.
Too much.
Oh, mate, yeah. Well nice.
Who wants a bit of this?
Absolutely. That's good.
Breakfast bread.
What have you put in that?
Everything, you'll see. For that.
Oh. Your eggs going off.
That's my first, isn't it?
Yeah, mate. Ladies first.
Gotta have the eggs when you're hungover.
Oh, the ocean's a good cure too.
I thought he was going to lose it up his nose. And he got straight into that, mate. Check this out, guys. For that, bro.
Oh, nice one. Oozing. Bit of chocolate. Very tasty.
Spot on, mate.
Tastes like a banana split.
Set for our surfing.
Yeah.
Good food.
Oh, dear, what a fantastic day. It's been one of the best days I've had in a couple of years, mate, honestly. We had a right laugh. I've made a right fool of myself in the old surfing. What I'm going to do is this really funky little salmon dish for dinner. And like, we are all so famished. We've got the serious munchies, so we've got this beautiful big salmon. Look at that. It's a really fantastic way of cooking fish. Fish in general, really, but salmon's ideal because it's slightly oily. You wrap it up in paper and you cook it on a barbie and you get that slightly smoked flavour going through it, which is just, like, ideal. So what I'm going to do is just put a bit of salt and pepper inside and outside the fish. Right, and I've got some fennel seeds and they're great with fish. They make them taste fantastic. Good with chicken as well. You just sprinkle them over the whole thing. You're not going to actually eat them, but when the salmon's cooking, it will just like steam and make everything taste really, really nice. But you could do this with sardines, trout, you could do it with like whole sea bass, any fish you like, really. So once you've done that, I've got some nice herbs. And I'll tell you what, I've got serious amounts of herbs. I've gone a little bit over the top, but you know what I'm like about herbs anyway. But I've got like parsley, I've got rosemary, I've got basil, I've got like dill. You can have one herb or you can have a whole handful of herbs. So I'm just going to kind of rip them all up, keep all the stalks and everything. Because you want to get all their flavour, really. Bit of rosemary, everything, even the spring onions, just rip them up into little bits. So look, mix this up so you get a nice bit of everything everywhere, right? And you want to stuff that right inside the salmon. And that, because it's like, you know, it's right inside it, it's going to steam straight through the inside of the fish. And I'm going to put a layer of herbs on the bottom, and I'm going to plonk the fish on top of that. And then I'm going to put the herbs along the top, like this. So basically, it's not sitting on paper, it's sitting on herbs. And I've got some lemons here. Just slice up your lemons. Flick them over the top. Get some, put them in the middle. Just copy what you've done with the herbs, really. And then put some underneath it as well. And then what you want to do is literally like wrap it up like a Christmas present. Grab about half of the paper, just fold it over, right, nice and tight. And you want to like tuck him in, roll him up, fold it up like that. Where's my string? I had to blag a bit of string from the fishmonger. You just want to tie up the fish it doesn't matter how you do this. You just basically wrap it around.
How's
Right,
the
big
food
boy.
going, bro?
Sweet,
Wicked.
mate. Are those new potatoes nearly done?
Yeah, mate.
And you can just twist it around like that. When you just got to imagine what it's going to be like. You're going to put this on a barbecue and it's going to start burning, right? And all the herbs and the lemon and the spring onions inside it and on it are going to just steam into it, so suck up all that beautiful flavour. And then because it's blackening, it's going to start smoking it a little bit. So it's going to be like, you know, your own smoked salmon, mate. It's going to be cool. So all I've got to do now is wet it to stop it burning too quick. So just get it really wet. Dan, would you be able to get those potatoes off the bob?
There you go, mate. Looking good.
Nice one, Danny. But here, listen, you take that.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't get him wet. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I've got some new potatoes. Get some tin foil out. You want 2 layers. And it's so easy. You just pour your potatoes onto here.
And how long have they been cooked for?
These have been just cooked until they're soft. In salted boiling water. Beautiful. I put a little bit of salt, bit of pepper, then you want a little bit of olive oil, just to sort of get them all nice. And then you get some rosemary, and literally I'm just going to pull it all off like that. And this is going to kind of burn and fall off, so it doesn't matter. You can put the sticks in there and everything. I've got some garlic, and literally you do exactly the same. Put the whole lot in, give it a little mix up, and when this cooks, it will just be so tasty. You just pull the tin foil in like this. And you got like a little sort of purse sort of thing. And you can whack that in the oven, give it 40 minutes, 200, or whack it on the barbecue. And you just want, you know, you can't really say how long it's going to take on the barbecue. It's going to be about half an hour, 40 minutes. And they all stick to the tin foil and they go really crispy. And they get all that beautiful flavour from the garlic and the rosemary and stuff like that. It's just a clever little trick. So I'm going to whack these on the barbie. I've got a couple more things to do. Look at that. Superb, mate. What a day. Listen, I've got to do a couple of steaks. I can't not do a barbie and not have a couple of steaks. Hayley, can you just cook these for us? Just going to put a bit of salt and pepper over these from both sides. You all right to do some of these on the barbie?
Yep.
About medium? Cheers, babe. Yeah, it's just going to grill them on the barbie, yeah, until they're nice and medium. I'm going to do this really like Thai fusion sort of like sauce. A little bit of chilli, a little bit of ginger, and it's so quick and it just makes such a difference to sort of like having a boring old steak, you know? I'm just going to grate the chilli on there. You can have the pips and all. You can take the pips out if you like, but quite frankly, we're just going for a nice little heat kick here. You just want like little flecks of chilli, which is really nice. I'm just going to grate 2 of these. I've got some ginger. I love ginger. So nice. I'm just going to peel it. I just love grating ginger. I do it all the time now. I never chop it anymore. I just grate it. And if you finely grate it, you get kind of like that pulp and you get that sort of juice coming out. I love just grating a bit of ginger into some lemonade, ice, really nice squeeze of lemon. And I'll tell you what, it's one of the most blinding drinks, like quick things. See, I've got a little bit of garlic. You only want a little bit, just like half a clove. Just take the skin off.
You grate that as well?
Yeah, just grate the lot. That's lovely, you know, just get it grating. I won't use the other half because it's quite strong when it's raw. Hayley's doing a steak, God bless her.
It's great to have all these extra chefs around.
Yeah, but they haven't done anything all day. It's the first bit of cooking they've done. Right, so, got my chilli, ginger, garlic. I'm just going to get a nice sort of, you want about sort of 8 tablespoons of soy sauce. A little bit of olive oil as well. And you just slush it around a bit. And like all those flavours have got, you know, the chilli, the heat from the chilli, the freshness from the ginger and the garlic. It's kind of a little bit like a dressing or a marinade. Have a little taste of that. Oh, I tell you what, that could do a bit of lemon. It's nice to have a bit of lemon. Actually, right, when I've done it before, I've used lime.
Here we go, big boy.
Cheers, darling. But just a little squeeze of lemon. That'll just cut through a bit, you know, it'd be nice. Let's have a little taste. Wicked. That's perfect. Let me show you what I've done. I've got some pak choi in here. It's funny because people think that on barbecues you can just like barbecue and stuff, but like we've done, like that salmon thing is like smoking. And the pak choi, all I've done is put it in tin foil, 1 glass of water and some salt, and it steams it. So like you can cook your greens on there as well, like easy peasy. You never think you could. Pak choi and bok choi, straight onto this
Would be a
plate.
good alternative if you couldn't get pak choi.
If you can't get that, stuff like Savoy cabbage, spring greens, spinach, sort of spring onions, that sort of thing, you know, just sort of a mixture of those is really nice as well. But I mean, this is the more sort of authentic sort of idea, really. But just arrange your greens on a plate like that. Beautiful colours. With the steak, just remove the fat. The fat doesn't really work in this dish, but it's nice to cook it with the fat on. I'm just going to slice it up like that, about 1 centimetre thick, at a nice angle. Just put it onto the old plate. There you go. But nice thing is I had 3 steaks, and by the time I've finished, because I've sliced it up, it looks like it's going to go a lot longer, you know? It sort of stretched it a little. There we go, look, that's all done. Mix your old dressing up.
Oh, it looks lovely.
Yeah. And just put it all over that meat. Fantastic. Beautiful colours. And all those steak juices that rest out of the meat, they all kind of fall into the pak choi and the bok choi. This is really good sort of summertime food. Right, let's go and have this barbie.